right, welcome to Gudu Morning Naija Show Extra on Wazobia Max TV. And as you know, we always they show like James Bond. We don't land like Landa brother. And I know, say, you too, you they look us like looking dunya. Today own, confirm, because you go touch everybody. And of course, my name never change. My name no they ever change. My name still remain my name. E to the X to the P. Expensive himself. Any other one on my side. You still feel complete them for house. And also you know how to complete them. And today, yes, we go into the level of CSR. And before I tell you, the gentleman, the corporate man where I carry enter studio today, yes, you know as we do them now. It's either I take small break or I dance small music. Any of the two, choose one. When I come back, you go know, say, to become a man, you go waka. My name still remain E to the X to the P. And they come back, no touch am. Let's go chilling. Yeah, welcome back on top Gudu Morning Naija Show Extra on top Wazobia Max TV. This beautiful money. Like I told you before, I go do that small thing where you choose. I don't know what I do. Whether na break I go, then na music I play, or na business I go do. Not only you go tell me because na me the setup. All right, and for today, yes, I get a very young, vibrant, intelligent young man for the studio. Very corporate person. He don't touch life. He don't tell people how to move on for life. He don't support people. And him they into solution-oriented. So we they call him solution-oriented professional. And they always look solution for situations, for problems, for challenges. Yes, but me, I know they like make something reach problem before I look for the solution. I always, when I see it don't become challenge, I look for the solution. Because if you let them reach problem, you fit no fit solve more. Because anybody will do it in carry and go prison, it don't become problem. They fit jail you life. So all your achievement, you not go fit achieve them. So don't let anything relate, carry you, go problem. Solve them when it is for challenge. For now, we get the solution-oriented professional, Mr. Jasper Michael. Welcome to Gudu Morning Naija.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
All right, Mr. Jasper, how you doing?
I do fine.
You sabi speak the pidgin, Abi? These are
Yeah, I do.
they come. Me, I first thing say now for bank you they work. All right, now. They say you they help people look for solution to their situations. Not true?
Yes.
And you they do empowerment through entrepreneurship. Not true?
Yes.
Ha. Okay, now, many people don't know what in be entrepreneurship. Are you getting me? Some people too know what in be empowerment. Then go think say na mozu. So maybe if it help us expatiate a bit.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you very much. So entrepreneurship simply is more like saying owning a business.
Okay.
Right. So, and in owning a business, the first thing people need to understand is find a problem, provide a solution, and monetize it. And then gather people to work that solution with you. And then, of course, the next level will be seeking funding and all of that. So simply put, so empowering you to own a business that provides a real solution to a real problem is giving you the required knowledge first. First is knowledge of self, then next is knowledge of environment, and then the next is knowledge of skill. Now, when you talk about knowledge of skill, it can be the formal or the regular schooling or acquisition of a certain skill. So that's pretty much what the entire thing
All right. Now, you get NGO or you work for an NGO or you just decide to do what you do on your own?
Okay, I have a mentorship group for young men.
Online?
not online, physical. We meet physically, yes.
Okay.
You know, for that mentorship group, I train them on spiritual development, career development, personal development, you know, the general development of the entire man. That's what we do. So we try to move them from boys to men.
Hey, can't let me remember that boys to men.
Yeah, exactly. So.
All right. How long you done to do this now?
Been doing this since 2011. Yes, 2011.
Now you say you small where that time as you young like this.
Well, we'll talk about that after the show.
Yeah. Okay, now all the people where you they mentor, when you introduce them to entrepreneurship, how then they feel? They feel so they feel handle their own business on their own, or then they always want to rely on somebody.
Oh yeah, the first thing I notice with young men or with young people is the excitement about coming up with a new idea without necessarily finding out if the idea is solving a real problem. That's the first thing. So it's the excitement, because these are young people. And so their creative juices is really, you know, coming out, you know. But the first thing I always move them to is knowledge. And then, like I said, knowledge of self, and then understanding your environment. What is the need, right? I want to get into fashion. I want to get into baking. I want to do parfait. Why are you doing parfait? Is it because everybody is doing parfait, or you think it's just something you can't do? You know, so that you're not ending up running a hobby and thinking you're running a business. Yes. So that's some of the things we find out when we meet young people for the first time. Yes.
Now you talk about funding. That one catch my attention. Now somebody will go into entrepreneurship when no get shishi. How he go take achiever?
Okay. Yeah. Funding is an interesting topic. Well, if you look at the Nigerian economic landscape, you find out that funding, there are so many ways to get funding. The easiest is...
make us sit down well.
The easiest is okay, so when we talk about capital, the easiest is what they call angel investor. Right?
Angel investor. Make us write this one down.
Which is someone that is willing to invest in your business or in your startup, you know, without putting so much, you know, demands. Oftentimes they request just a part of the business, but they put in that money. However, what I tell them first time is, if you're starting a business, when you talk about funding, let me call it capital. The first thing is not money capital. The first thing is people capital. So let's say someone wants to start baking, right? So who do I know that can talk to somebody that's doing a birthday party or a wedding? That is my people capital. So that they can refer me
to them.
Yes. And so that is the first stage. The first stage is not necessarily looking for paper money. That is, so this is what we, you know, I try to do. We have to look at what is your social capital, or is people capital. In some cases, it's also called social capital. And then from there, it progresses. So for finding big funding, if I tell my story, starting as a graphics designer in 2009, so making it 16 years in the game, I started with a borrowed flash drive. So the goal is, I know I want to be a brand developer in the future, which I am currently certified. But I started with borrowing a flash drive, get the job. I want a small logo design, so I get the brief. Then in school, I'll sit and wait for my colleagues to go for long break. And then I'll plug in and work and save into the flash and go to the printer, print the job, deliver, return the flash, get some money. I kept doing that till I got my flash drive. And I kept using that. So between 2009 and 2012, I had no laptop, but I was doing designs and delivering jobs. So you find out that the first thing, like I said, who was my social capital? The person I borrowed the flash drive from. So when you have a business idea, you know that I want to solve a real problem in this particular area. The first thing is, what's my social capital? Not who is going to give me 100 million, who is going to give me 10 million. Yeah, it doesn't necessarily work like that. Then loans is a trap when you're starting. Loans should come when you want to scale, when you've succeeded and built it over time, and then, can get someone to say, okay, loan, and then you build, that you're going to make this back assuredly within this so period of time. Yes.
You hear what Mr. Jasper talk. He said loan is a trap.
When you're starting.
When you start. Many of una never even start. Una don't define where una go borrow loan. Now where all this online loan app don't dey, many of una don't borrow, so to una dey run. You don't hear him, you go start first. Him borrow flash drive, take the do job. He no even get laptop. He go wait till then go long break. Then he go rush, do waiting him one do. Now, Mr. Jasper Michael asks you, when you decided to start with graphic design, you did do am say because you need the money, or you did do am because you get the flair?
So I grew up being someone that loved design,
Okay.
drawing. I was very artistic. So in my journey, I'll speak a little about my faith.
Okay.
I was this young boy that wanted to know why God gave me that talent and what skill I was supposed to develop that talent to. And of course, I studied architecture.
Okay.
I hold a master's degree in architecture.
Okay.
But for the graphics design, I had a conviction that I was going to be a solution provider when it has to do with providing brand-related services for businesses, because everybody needs brand-related services. And so I just knew that graphics design is one aspect of branding that I needed to acquire. That was also related to my talent, which is the ability to draw, to design, to be creative. So that was the strong conviction that pulled me to start that graphics design.
All right. And now, university answered the question.
So did I have a flair?
Yes, you get the flair. They sweet you to do even without money.
The two of them, actually. I'll be honest. But the first one was the flair was there. Okay. The skill was there. So first know that I love this thing. Then how can I monetize this thing? Yes, that was it. Because back in school, I was receiving money, as a student in the university. But because I was studying architecture, it required more spend in acquiring materials. So I started doing artistic work, portraits, drawing, and all of that. And so those things were bringing in extra money. Graphics was something I wanted to do because I knew I could do it and I had flair for it. I could do it for free, but I also knew that there was the money side of it. So, but the first thing was I had a flair for it. That was the first thing. All
right, now you did empower people through entrepreneurship. Now you benefit from any empowerment when they grow, or you be those lucky child where their parents get small change?
From my story, you know that
you borrow
I borrow flash. So my parents didn't quite understand. They supported my skill in arts, as someone that was good with drawing. But it came to a point where it was come back home. There was long strike, and or stay back and learn graphics. I told them I wanted to stay back. They said, come back home. They said, if you're staying back, you're on your own. I said, yes, I'm sure about this thing. They said, okay. So it was more like, because my dad later made me understand, I wanted you to prove the reason you really wanted to do this thing. So you see that it wasn't just about the money. It was because the passion for that thing was there. So, I would say it was a tough one. I wasn't in school and they said, okay, take laptop, do all of this. I grew up from a stable home, but in my house, I think at the time, a laptop was considered a luxury. Now everybody needs laptop. I talked to a lot of young people. They say, I don't have a laptop. That's why I can't learn graphics. Back then, it's like when I talk to people about music, I say back then, scoring a song, you have to get the cassette, play it, and listen. But now you go on Google, you can print out the lyrics. So it's like life is a lot easier now. But then I think it was a lot difficult. But that difficulty there was something it developed in me. There was a tenacity against the hurdles, that was there. And so I would say that, man, I went through very rough cracks, but we're here.
Okay. All right. Now, since you no benefit from any empowerment, nobody supported you.
I'm so sorry.
Okay.
There was someone I was even supposed to learn the graphics at the time.
Okay.
Working in his office. So when he discovered that I was beginning to get better at it, he asked me to leave.
To leave.
Yes. So, and like I said, the empowerment I would say I received was those few guys, those my colleagues, who would allow me to use their laptops when they go for long break. Those are the people I would say that gave me empowerment. And the person that lends me the flash drive from time to time to use, yes.
So what thing can give you the drive to begin to mentor young ones? Since you no get anybody will mentor, you struggle from your story now, you created the avenue yourself. Abi?
To some extent.
Yes, to some extent.
God helping me actually.
Yes.
Yes.
You borrow flash drive, you wait for long break for everybody to leave that long computer, huh?
No, na laptop.
Okay, na laptop.
Those laptop where they be like
I think all those long that time where computer come new.
No.
So you wait for them to go for long break, then you take advantage and you understand. Now, waiting can give you that drive to say, okay, you want to begin to mentor people, make them no pass through waiting you pass.
I would say for me, it's a ministry. I just realized that a lot of young men were coming to me, right? I also, it's beyond just an occupation, but I think for me, it's a lifelong occupation, right? When I started, I didn't even know I was doing it. So while when I got my laptop in 2012, there was this young man that started following me around, that he wanted to learn from me. Then they became 2. Then they became 3. And anywhere I went, they would just come there and sit. And after working, I'll show them things, And I think from time to time, I just noticed young people gravitated towards me, So from 2011, when I had started, mentoring people in different things, for that particular one, I think as I began to evolve, I began to see that this is not just ordinary. There must be something about this. So looking deeply towards it and also praying and getting that clarity, I understood this is beyond just people coming to you to ask for. Even while I was studying architecture in school, while still a student, a lot of my junior colleagues would come to me to ask questions they should be asking lecturers. And so I found myself doing that a lot. So I think it just evolved and I understood that, okay, this is what it is. And so I began to see the gray areas. I also saw my struggle too and saw, okay, this is where these young people need assistance. And so I began to also develop and acquire skill and certifications in these different areas so that it will help me to begin to provide those mentorship and coaching for these young people.
All right, I will let you drink water small because me too, I will drink tea very soon. But when we come back, you will tell us the achievement from your own end to the achievement from the people where you don't mentor.
Okay.
You understand? Then you will give the people now, where still they confused, we never know what they want to do. We still one day on their own as a business owner, as a boss of them own self, how they will take start. Because you started very well, but you were lucky. You even see somebody will borrow you flash. During my time, I go dey beg one of my friends, 20 naira, make I take enter motor, go studio. He go come out up to 500 naira. I go count on my friend, put for pocket. He go say, na your oga own.
Wow.
You know what I do? I no get transport. I can't forget, say then they enter motor. I develop trekking.
Wow.
My guy name can become Uluwa Treko, but I think I'm achieving what I want.
Wow. Fantastic.
At this point, will they come back? Yeah, so welcome back on top Gudu Money Naija Show Extra on top Wazobia Max TV. Yes, and I still there here with Mr. Jasper Michael. We don't make great achievement for waiting him to do. Once again, welcome.
Thank you very much. Thank
Confirm.
you.
Okay, and Mr. Jasper, you go give me small tips on, say you started by borrowing flash drive and you dey wait make your colleagues come out or your classmates come out before you go fit use system, and today you don't achieve what you don't achieve. How long it take you to achieve, and waiting be those things where you don't achieve before you start to mentor others?
Wonderful. So I think the journey from that period after, getting the laptop, I think one of the things that happened was my parents now saw that I had proved myself. And so they now came in and invested. So they now said, okay, well, we need to get a space. So we put funds together. They brought funds. I got a space and I started working. I started running a brand agency. It was then Impact Media brand agency, Wary. And then I was providing branding services. So I think the next thing, so in terms of achievement, I will say the things that led to these achievements. I came under a mentor. His name is Evans Akano. He used to run Digital Agency in Lagos, but he's abroad. And so I went under mentorship to learn branding. I already knew I've acquired graphics design, but I wanted to understand branding. And so mentorship came in, which is another thing, so mentorship, he opened my eyes to different things. So I became the first person to be doing branding proper, not just design and print. That was what was predominant in Owerri back then. And so I noticed I was doing jobs while in Owerri for Lagos clients. And then gradually I moved to Lagos. I worked in an architecture firm, Aneta & Associates, and then I worked in another firm in the comms agency, House of Freedom. And then, of course, after that, I started private practice. So I think so far, jobs across working with MultiChoice, working with the then Diamond Bank, now Access, and working with very important or very notable clients. I would say from 2009 to now, 2025, it's been interesting. So currently I work with KA Holdings, which is a company based in the US, and I provide consultancy in design and strategy for them. I also work as a consultant with Rog Communications. So now it's no longer just graphics design. So I think I also have 16 certifications in related fields. I also, of course, I hold my MSc as an architect well, and of course I practice as well. And then I would say for the people that I've been mentoring, especially those that I trained in graphics design, these guys are giants in their fields now. And some of them are in Abuja, some of them are still in Owerri, some in Port Harcourt, but they've moved from just skill, from that coaching experience. They now have proper businesses. Some have moved into web design, some have moved into coding and tech and all of that. So I think generally these are some of the achievements I've had so far.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. You've been taught, say, you borrow flash. When you can't, they go. You can't talk, say, your parents can't bring fund. What do you make your parents not give you that small fund that time to take buy flash where you can't go borrow flash? Is it that they didn't support you from the beginning?
Okay. Sometimes I think I won't say it wasn't that they didn't want to support. They wanted to support based on what they understood. So where I grew up in Aba, go to computer school, was the thing. So you just go there. But I knew that learning graphics wasn't just about going to computer school. So, but I wasn't able to convince them that I needed to stay back. And they couldn't understand that I used to end at the computer school here. So it was a misunderstanding. And man, at the time, me, I was stubborn, small, shy. So
I thought
so exactly. So I decided to stay. So, but I knew that there was a future in this thing, and that's me. If I see a future in a thing, I'll stay, and I'll push. So, I think after my dad saw, so it was my mom first. She came, visited, saw me. I was attached to a company. I was doing graphics for them free, but now I earned a space. So I leveraged on what, again, social capital. I didn't go looking for money to rent an office. I found somebody that had an office space in a school. And I said, I need an office space, but I'll do all your designs for free. And he accepted. And so I now attached.
You were making money for him.
I was designing for him, for his school, for their publicity. But I had a space to work, and I had my staff with me.
Inside his own office?
Yes. That was the arrangement. I mean, you just have to keep going. Everything doesn't have to, be prim and proper. So I think, so when my mom came, I saw that, she said, Amo, Popsy, this guy has proven himself. So he came and saw it and said, oh, okay. And he told me something. He said, you're a man. Yes. So that's why I believe that they were watching, but they needed me to prove myself. And sometimes investors in the real world want to see your numbers, they want to see your track record, they want to see how long have you been running, how much of your income has entered the business before they can invest. And when you can't do that, or when you haven't proven that, they will just relax, of course. So I think that's what made them not agree in the first case. And then when I proved myself, they responded and supported.
All right, now, rough estimates. How many people you don't mentor, we don't achieve? You understand the question? Yeah? The ones we feel, I will still ask you that question. But the ones where you don't mentor, how many don't achieve? When you see them, you give them thumbs up.
To be honest, I would say, because these guys are in different fields, so I can't even count. But I know that every time I post something on Facebook, somebody sends me a DM. That thing, that counsel, that coaching, that advice you gave me, one has built a big printing company in Abuja. And I didn't know that I was instrumental when I was teaching him. So I would say roughly probably maybe 20 to 35 young men. Yes, some of who are married. But the rest. And for failure, I honestly don't know, because who will call you to say,
I feel
so exactly. So yeah, but this is pretty much
all right. Okay, so you hope to mentor more.
I'm currently in the business of mentoring people.
Okay.
I don't think I'll stop for the rest of my life. Because like I said,
even when you old, carry stick the waka.
Yes.
You're still a mentor.
Eventually lecturing also. So it's me. I love giving knowledge because I believe knowledge is the foundation for youth empowerment. The first empowerment a young person or an individual needs is knowledge, information. Yes.
So you've been giving back to the society.
Yes, sir.
That's what you've been doing. And you can vow for 35 people from what you can recollect.
20 to 35, averagely, yes.
Yes. All right. Now, do you have an institution where you groom these people, or you just meet them online?
Yeah, I have a mentoring platform called Tribe of Kings.
Tribe of Kings.
Tribe of Kings, yes. So we do that. We run an organic system. Things have to start organically first. Like churches, they first started under a tree or in a parlor. You just start like that and gradually. But for now, we just focus on spiritual development, mental development, career development, development generally when it has to do with growing from being a boy to thinking and acting and talking like a man.
All right. You get any vision to collaborate with government so that you pull a lot of youths off the streets and empower them? You get any vision like that?
Yes.
You don't ever try to write to government, make them support?
No, not yet.
Why waiting they delay you?
The time will come. I believe, like I said, there's no structure yet. We're running an organic system. For you to say government come in, you need to have a structure. For you to, and I also believe that if you're going to run something like a foundation, the word foundation means something that is self-sustaining. So for example, Tony Elumelu, right?
Yeah.
He has what? The
Tony
foundation.
Olumelu Foundation.
Good. And he's funding it. Do you understand? He has a system that takes care of the foundation. The foundation is self-sustained. So I'm also in the business of making money. So I have to grow too. Depending on government for things like this, it's almost like looking for handouts at the early stage of something. But I believe there's a point we get to and we can collaborate, not just for funding, but collaborate because we need to reach a wider, we need to get to more people. We need to, shake hands with the government and of course, have them collaborate with us in making this in something that, you have to consider the government if you want to do something. That's why I said knowledge of the environment. We're in Nigeria. So if you partner with the government, it's easier to reach a larger number of people. And you get, more access, to things. And of course, better recognition. But for now, we're still building organically. And so it's not the right time to be asking for all of that.
All right. So when is the right time? How many years from now?
I would say roughly between now to maybe 5 years.
Okay.
Yes, we should be able to say, okay, we can begin to get the government involved.
So with you, they tell boys now, made them they wait for you from now to 5 years time.
No, what we'll say is, because we're growing, currently, what I'll tell young men and also young ladies to do is first think of business as a solution to a problem. If you've not identified a problem, then you need to stay in the business of thinking. You can't also identify a problem that you want to solve if you're always thinking about yourself. You have to be somebody that's thinking about people. For example, I also founded a startup called Tanka. And what there's a service we provide, and of course, people pay. So it was thinking about people that led to us creating that solution. So when you've created that solution, you need to partner with people. And of course, so what I'll tell them is, if you find yourself in a situation where you want to create a business, you need to first think about a solution to a real problem. It could be food, it could be anything, but just know that there's a real problem. And then, of course, find a group of people to work with you, and then mentorship. It doesn't have to be me. There are so many people at my level, below my level, higher than my level, that can provide mentorship, that have made the mistakes and can guide you. Find those people along the lines of what it is you want to start, and then get that, and then maximize the relationships around you, the social capital, and then with that, you jump.
All right, Mr. Jasper Michael. Yes, I believe a lot of young ones. Wait, and only young people they relate with. They even talk, say, 50 years, 60 years old people became interested and you mentored them. No any mature person there among those who you don't mentor?
Well, I would say I might have counseled a few people who are older. But I think life is about specialization. Know your niche and stay there. So my niche is this. I believe there are so many other people who can cater to these different age groups. And I'm sure that if they are really desirous of improving, they can meet those people and they can access them.
All right, you don't hear them. Okay, make we just take one small short break. And when we come back, we will come try to get more from him and at the same time begin to the round off. Him name still remain Jasper Michael, while my name still remain E to the X to the P, expensive himself. Will they come back? No touch him. All right, so welcome back on top Gudu Morning Show Extra on top Wazobia Max TV. Like you know, my name never changed. My name still remain my name. And I still there with our guest for inside the studio, Mr. Jasper. And him, now solution-oriented professional. You don't hear everything what he's saying they do. Now, Mr. Jasper, before we will go, because time self not they wait for us, but we use our time well, Abi.
Yes.
Now, for Nigeria here, it's all about school, read, certificate. But if you go outside of this country, you go see it not be so. White men believe in entrepreneurship skill. Be your own boss. While we for Africa, especially Nigeria, we believe in certificate. Unless you go higher institution. Unless you serve. And a lot of people don't serve. Work no day. Now so then they pile up. And at that thing, I make a lot of graduates, a lot of young, promising young men and women. Some of them enter into this thing what they call Yahoo today. Because they get brain, they get skill. You understand? But they don't see anywhere to take exhibit them. Government no create enabling environment for them. Now then they arrest them for crime, for fraud, whereby you're supposed to create an environment to utilize these youths. You think the government, they do enough with regards to entrepreneurship, making people be them own boss, the way you don't do now for like 35 people where you fit recall. You think the government, they do enough or they know they do at all? Because youths full street, then if not certificate, they even get masters. But they don't get where then they express or they practice them. And they don't get their own business. You think the government, they do enough when it comes to entrepreneurship?
Okay. This is the way I'm going to answer. I think every right-thinking government should create an enabling environment, right, for entrepreneurship to thrive. However, I think beyond looking at the government, I think we should first look within. The young people should first look within. It's very easy to point fingers and want to call a government corrupt, forgetting that the government is actually set up, or is actually, those positions are actually filled by people from the system. They were not born of the government. The government is people from the system. So, and in our daily activities, you see those issues. We complain about the government. For example, if a young man is not willing to be patient to build a business, when he gets into government, he'll want to steal money because he doesn't have the capacity to convert 1 naira to 2 naira, convert 10 million to 100 million in business, like many of the business people you know, and all of that. One of the things I would say as a foundational quote is, school is general, education is personal and intentional. Because you can go to school and come out. As long as you don't know how to use what you picked from school, you have not acquired skill. You just have paper. So, and if I want to lean into what you said earlier about living abroad, it's actually skill. They're more interested in skill. You know, they are more interested in, can you do this thing, right? Beyond the paper. This paper is shows evidence you went to an institution to acquire the skill. But then show us the skill. You understand? So here, before we even talk about government, are we in a position? Because are there people who are in Nigeria with the climb, with the economic situation, who are thriving, who are making it legitimately? Is the answer yes or no? The answer is yes. There are people who are surviving, who are making it here, who may not have even had some of the privileges I had, but they just pulled through without doing anything illegal. And so it should be a wake-up call. You know, the goal, I always say, that's why I said in empowerment, the first thing is knowledge, and the first knowledge is knowledge of self. Then after knowledge of the environment, okay, now so Naija do, this is the level the government has provided. With what they've provided, what should I do? Then you now do what? Knowledge of skill. You now go for what skill do I need to meet this need, to meet that need, to meet this problem, to meet this, like you say, challenge. And then, of course, so that's what I don't think the government situation should be a determinant factor for success. I think the determinant factor for success is your determination to succeed, primarily. And then how much are you willing to go against the tides? How much are you willing to push? How much are you willing to, leverage on the things you have? Everything we need to succeed is available, regardless of what the system is. If you can register a business, you have CAC. If you can open a corporate account, and then, of course, you find a problem and you solve it, and you have social capital, people that are your friends, your family that believe in this thing, they've tested this thing is true, and then you, from there, gradually grow. It's that journey, that patience of growing organically, that is the problem. That's why people that don't have the patience to even go through school want to get into Yahoo and blame it on government. You understand? So I think we need to find the balance. The government may not get everything right. No system is perfect, but I think let's take responsibility.
All right, since you decide to take responsibility, but you say your own too be no easy. You talk about social capital.
Yes.
Not be everybody get friends and family we go fit support. You were so lucky that your parents came forth for you.
At a point.
At a point.
Yes.
Not be everybody.
Yes.
Are you getting me? Yes. That is where we need the government to come in. And it will be a source of encouragement. Say, if I do this thing reach here, government will support me. You will see, a lot of people, after school, they need these skills. Everybody want to be their own boss because they know, the government get a platform to encourage. Are you getting me?
Yes, I get
So basically, you now, you talk of social capital, your parents are your social capital because they came for you. Not be everybody they lucky like that.
I understand.
So if we they exonerate government totally, we they make them happy, now somebody go still corruptly chop the akpalakpala meant for that thing. Are you getting
May I say something about that? So understand that even if my parents didn't come, I had enough determination.
So how many people get determination like you?
Now, okay, so here's the thing. So I understand you, right?
Yeah.
So here's the thing. There are two classes of people. Those that will definitely make it, and
those that will fail,
and those that have decided that somebody is the person that will make them make it. And whether we like it or not, you told your story. You didn't have any support. Look where you are today. So you are a proof of what I'm saying.
Sure.
You weren't waiting on the government.
Yeah.
Exactly. So, and you weren't waiting on your parents. And I'll tell you that my parents did what they did, but even if they were not there, I was determined enough to succeed. And I was determined enough to use the people around me. There's nobody that can say you don't have people around you. You had to become, what's that your name again? Treko.
Oluwa Treko.
I did a lot of trekking as well. I lived on 2 shirts, 1 trouser. You understand?
You're washing the night and wearing the morning.
So I understand. And so you are an example of what I'm trying to say. You are the model of what I'm trying to say. In case you think I'm not exactly that model. But yes, there are people that the government has a role to play. I believe the government should create systems for grants, systems for people to access different amenities, to improve and to foster entrepreneurship. However, I believe that if you don't have the determination, if government provide that fund, you go chop them. That's it. So you need to be one of the categories before we talk about government assistance. Yes.
All right. You don't try, you talk well, but you still fit convince the people because you're standing in for the government. You were able to talk them into becoming a boss of their own and passing through you.
Yes.
Are you getting me?
Yes.
Fine. You say not be everybody get the brain or not be everybody they serious. Have you?
Yes, yeah.
Your responsibility, even all the people who come to you at first, some of them know they're serious.
Yes.
But when you talk them into it, they become serious.
Exactly.
Right? Fine, now waiting we want make government do. Talk them into it, create enabling environment, let them come and see future and they will have vision.
That is a welcome idea.
Confirm.
That is a welcome
So
idea.
make we not exonerate government. As you talking like that, the people where they in charge.
No, I believe the government should do the needful.
Okay, fine.
Yes,
now you
but
talk well.
I know that when they provide, or if they provide, or if that system is already provided, that it's still dependent on me. There are people, I mean, that I'm mentioning about 20 to 35 people. I've mentored over 100.
Yes, you've lost count.
But these are the people
you can remember.
I can say
that
took
you know
advantage of. There are people that have come back to me this year to say, that year I wasn't serious. Now I want to be serious.
Correct.
So I think it's dependent. My lecturer, Professor Mechi, will say some people will learn now, some will learn later, and some will never learn.
Yes. You don't try. Well done.
Thank you.
Okay, you hear them. Some people will learn now, some people will learn later, and some get coconut head. They not go learn at all,
Absolutely.
and they become failure at the end of the day. But him, they in a position to talk you into, if he not talk you, say, may you pass through him. If government don't create that enabling environment, he go talk you into going to the platform where government don't set aside to empower you. Once again, think about yourself. Try to do something. Like he said, don't wait for the government. If you keep on waiting for the government, if it no happen, work on yourself, be prepared. Government will locate you. I say they work. Have you not be so?
Yes.
Today, government know you now. You don't be brand. You they do brand, you they do everything, you they train people. If government want to empowerment for one state now, then fit involve you as one of the resource persons. Have you not be so?
Yes, very
so. Work on yourself, be prepared, so that when government come for you, it go meet you, say you don't prepare. At this point, now so we'll tell everybody, say thank you, Mr. Jasper. Thank you for coming.
Thank you.
Well done. And thank you for empowering the youths.
Thank you.
You know.
Thank
okay, now so we'll take close mouth for Gudu Money Naija Extra for today. Join us same time, same station. To Romo, we go show back again. Remember, my name never change. I still remain expensive. E to the X to the P. Let's go there.